those fingers out of my pockets. If you've come to work wood, I'd keep your wits about you. The locals stage protests now and again. It's bizarre, but you get used to it. Certainly. Woodworkers shape wood into all manner of useful tools, but bows, staves, and shields are our specialty. This work requires fine lumber and a sturdy work table. We also seek out style books and rare ingredients for more advanced work. Sure. While shaping the wood, we can choose a special trait to focus on. It takes research to discover these techniques, but it's well worth the effort. Increasing the weight or tuning the angle can draw out different advantages in the final product. Well, the piece can be improved even more through the use of resins, special elements that enhance the value and quality of your work. The improvement process is delicate, so be sure you've got enough tempers and a steady hand. Good luck.
Wood elves. Huh. I serve my potions in the finest glass, and what do? They pour the tonics into their filthy dear bladders, then cast the bottles aside. Savages! Alchemy is the art of creating potions. We scour the fields and caves of Tamriel in search of reagents like mushrooms, flowers, and the like. Mixing these ingredients with a water solvent in the correct quantities can create powerful elixirs. Well, not just any water will do. You'll find that some pools of water contain special qualities that make them ideal for potion making. The grade of the water determines the potency of the product. All reagents have hidden properties. When they are combined with other ingredients that bestow the same benefits, the potency is compounded. This reaction determines the nature of the potion. It's just a matter of experimentation, you see.
Bibi wonders if this tree truly grew this way naturally. If the wood elves do not harm wood, could they coax it to grow in this fashion?
I bring an urgent message from Rhea Opacarius, Chief Oracle of the Twilight Queen Azura.
I pity these high elves tramping about in their metal pants. Leather and cloth are so much finer, don't you think? Of course you do. Is there anything I can help you with? We tan, weave, stitch, you name it. People in search of medium and light armor come to us. This requires fibers, leather, and a work table like those found in town. We also seek out style books and special ingredients for more advanced work. Yes, of course. During the tailoring process, We can choose a special trait for the work. It takes research to discover these techniques, but it's well worth the effort. Reinforced buckles, intricate detail work, each brings a special benefit. Well, the piece can be improved even more through the use of tenons. These elements can enhance the value and quality of your work. Just be cautious. You risk ruining the piece if you're not careful. Improving on perfection is no mean feat.
Have you heard about the madness in Southpoint? My cub sister said she saw people building houses out of mud crabs.
And how would that work exactly? They'd skitter away. Don't believe everything you hear.
Doubt if you will. My sister does not lie. I might go there to see for myself.
This one is being pressured by his family to seek a mate from our political alliances. Adubersa's quandary is the Wood Elves. They seem so lazy, and you cannot trust their cooking. But the High Elves are so tall. They are very tall, truly.
Over here, Initiate. Greetings. I have a message for you from Velast, Mistress of Incunabula. Indeed, she has a task for you. You'll want to speak with her as soon as you can.
You're not worth the effort, but call the guard anyway.
You thought you could flee? Everyone thinks they can flee. You won't believe how many get it wrong. On your way. Try not to do it again.
The raw destructive power imbued in a staff of quality is enough to make a difference on any battlefield. Imagine an entire army hurling bolts and blankets of fire, frost, or lightning. Majestic.
You look lost. Can't say I blame you. Eldenroot can be quite a labyrinth. But you found the most important branch. The hall is at your disposal.
The potentialities of alchemy, though vast, are by nature finite. The secret is, you can brew potions from nearly anything. The limit is, anything is a known quantity at any time. You only have so much of anything. Acquiring more is the trick.
If you need my assistance, I shall need to know the nature of your emergency. Otherwise, it would be prudent of you to reconsider my time, which you are wasting.
We boast a unique Mage's Guild Hall nestled here in the Great Tree.
The Order of the Eye could use your assistance. Daedric relics cursed by Sheogorath have begun to appear throughout the lands. Do you dare?
Yes? How can I help you? My people mostly leave such matters to our spinners to share, rather than writing it down. I have something, but I can't imagine you'd want an Akaviri spy's writings on our heritage. A cultural infiltration document. Complete garbage. Really? You read Akaviri? Well, no matter. You're welcome to it. Let me see, I'll have a copy around here somewhere. A moment, please. Ha! Here we are. One flawed Akaviri depiction of my people. I hope you find it as amusing as I did. I have more than a few copies, so keep the book as long as you wish. Shame none of them are the translated versions. I have more than a few copies, so keep the book as long as you wish. Shame none of...
King Camoran Eridon put his cousin Gelthior on trial. Don't worry, justice will be served.
I'm busy with matters of state. Go trouble someone else.
Did you know your entire future is mapped out in the stars? One must only know how to read them. Not such an enviable skill, though. A mystery that kills the mystery, if you catch my meaning.
The prince is thoroughly engaged at the moment. Certainly too busy for the likes of you.
You're a bold one to approach so fearlessly. Give me a good reason to speak with you. I'll make it seem like you're here at my request. Otherwise, my subjects will think you cut the line and start sizing you up for dinner. Were you indeed? Meninel sent you from Haven, did she? A bit dramatic of her, but she does have an eye for talented people. Perhaps you could put your talents to use. Meninel doesn't give her recommendation lightly. If she thinks you can assist me, I take her at her word. How are you at building embassies? You see, Queen Irene promised one would be built for the Khajiit as a gesture of goodwill. But now a year has passed and there's still no Khajiit embassy. This has led to no end of headaches. Good question. You wish to serve the Camoran throne? You can start by asking Prince Naaman why his people aren't fulfilling their promises. He's the one who seems to have the entire Elden Tree lodged up his flue. I can say that. I'm the king.
You have business with the prince? Make it quick. I'll not have his time squandered on trivialities.
Did you know your entire future is
Yes? Quickly now. Don't leave your mouth to hang agape. That again? My sister, Queen Irene, foolishly committed to build the Khajiit an embassy months ago. Everything was to be handled through Ambassador Tarinwe at the Ultima Embassy. Ask a stonemason. I have to prepare for the ratification ceremony before Queen Irene's arrival. I can't be troubled with such minor issues. If you care to pursue the matter, speak with Ambassador Tarinwe at the Ultima Embassy. To promote harmony, she'd tell you. The same reason she picked this bizarre tree city as the Dominion's capital. She wants every member of the Dominion to feel as though they're equal. Oh, we need to be unified against our enemies, and having a high elf in charge is paramount to our success. But do we really need all this coddling? The ratification ceremony, the business with the embassy, more problems due to harmony. An archaic wood elf ritual. If she dances to their tune, Queen Irene will be recognized by the heavens as a worthy candidate for Emperor of Tamriel. Rubbish, if you ask me. Ambassador Tarinwe is quite efficient. She'll give you no trouble, I'm certain of it. But I must attend to more important matters, I'm sure you understand.
Ah, our magnanimous prince. Such a kind and noble ruler, don't you agree?
Did you know your entire...
Meninel doesn't give her recommendation lightly. If she thinks you can assist me, I take her at her word.
You're not one for waiting in lines, are you? You're confident, I'll give you that. Strode right up to the king. Azerith, Vine Dusk Ranger. You could say we keep King Kamor and Eredon in touch with his people. Watch yourself. The boughs of the Elden Tree are bright and beautiful, but they cast long shadows. A year ago, the king nearly lost Eldenroot to a civil war. People have long memories. But that's old news. Just keep your wits about you and you'll be fine. You're confident, I'll give you that. Strode right up to the king.
Curse it all.
Haven is free of pirates. Looks like General Endare kicked them out.
How do you know? Were you there? I heard she had nothing to do with it.
This is about Cormount, isn't it? Don't blame her because you backed the wrong side.
Do what you promised. This one brought his family all the way to Grotwood, expecting a place in our own embassy. Instead, we sit in leaky tents, waiting for promises to be fulfilled.
Don't think to start any trouble. None of us are in a forgiving mood.
I have no idea where the funds for these projects are going to come from, but it's my responsibility to find that funding. Perhaps I should.
I am doing my very best to reconcile the diverse culinary preferences of the Dominion. The Khajiit prefer their food with moon sugar, which doesn't respond well to the aging in wood elf meats. High elves, of course, prefer neither. Impossible.
I'm not entirely sure what's going on outside. I doubt it really matters in the grand scope of things. Peasants being peasants, I assume.
Hello there. Do try to avoid any undue noise. I am studying the cultures of Valenwood to best ease our work in the region. Obviously, the Bosmer are primarily carnivores. This extends to their liquors, the majority of which are comprised of meat and mold. Odd.
Excuse me. You are in my light. We are establishing a scene here. You are interfering in art. Please leave.
Whatever you intend to do while here, please refrain from interfering with my model. It has taken me ages to coerce him into catching the light as he has. Any interruption and he might throw a tantrum and storm off.
I ensure the reception and distribution of all Thalmor requisitioned goods here in Eldenroot. If you don't mind, I must be about the day's inspections.
I always admired Sirabane. Someday, I hope to be so well known in Altmeri culture as that particular hero sorceress. It shall not, I expect, be through my diligent bookkeeping and efficient management skills that I become so well known.
I suppose a wanderer like you wouldn't know what busy looks like. I will demonstrate. Feel free to observe, quietly and from a distance. Oh, forgive my manners. There's so much to do in preparing for Queen Irene's ratification ceremony. Tempers fray, as I'm sure you can understand. But if Prince Naaman sent you, it must be important. What can I do for you? Why would Prince Naaman care about that? If they are too lazy to build their own embassy, can't they afford an inn? Well, of course, I ordered it done. I hired some wood elves to excavate the stone and set aside supplies for Khajiit to use. It isn't my fault if the locals couldn't do their jobs. Check our storeroom. The Khajiit didn't even bother to pick up the supplies. In the meantime, I'm off to locate Prince Naaman. If he didn't send you here with his blessing, I'll see you face Dominion justice. We'll see what Prince Naaman thinks of your impertinent questions.
Ridiculous, that. The gathering, I mean. Do they not realize that we are endeavoring to satisfy them? Their conflicting demands and ridiculous expectations of time. Time marches only as it will. Such is its mandate.
That's far enough. The storeroom is off limits. Ambassador Turin weighs orders. She did? That's different then. Show me her orders and I'll stand aside. Then I can't let you inside. Her instructions were very specific. No one gets in without her written permission. I'm to remain at my post until relieved. Except in an emergency, of course. The Khajiits could riot. That would be bad. Very bad. Or a fire, of course. But the chances of that happening are slim. What? Did you hear that? I could have sworn it was my captain calling me away. Hold on to your gold. There's a thief on the loose.
Where is the guard? And what are you doing here? I'd expected you would solve problems at the embassy, not cause them. Do you realize what's happening out here? Oh, never mind. Explain what you were doing in that storeroom. Why would she do that? Oh, never mind. Well, what did you find? Typical bureaucratic corruption. I expected better of the ambassador. No matter. Supplies can be replaced. What about the Khajiit embassy? Did she say why construction hasn't begun? What do you mean, collect stone? That should have happened months ago. They should be ready to build it. I'll talk to the ambassador myself. Put the fear of the Dominion into her. I'm surprised we didn't pass each other on the road. Get to those ruins and find that work crew. I want to know why they haven't done their jobs. I won't have Queen Iren's word impugned by someone else's incompetence. The ratification ceremony is taking all of my time. Now I have to clean Ambassador Tarinway's mess? We should have brought stonemasons from the Somerset Isles. Dependable, unlike these local work crews.
May Auriel grant us the wisdom to reconsider our individual desires and concur on a halfway state that best fits all Dominion peoples here in Eldenroot. This is not a time for strength or certainty, but a measure of social kinship.
None of us is getting any younger. Come to deliver our little private contract.
I really can't stand Flynn, but it's fairly popular. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's all the whisking?
And when the battle it was joined, all lessons 3 to 1. Skies lit bright with magic's light, and with magic it was won. For all they stood on blessed ground when saw her power came. The rocks would yield what might they willed, all into Rennie's name. Rise, rise to freedom, rise, arise, ye Breton sons and daughters, ride, ride to freedom, ride, truth and glory to the brave. So children of this breath,
I have many fine brews, most from right here, but there are many regardless.
Put your weapons down and unwind. All that, whatever it is you do, it's got to be a big source of stress.
Welcome to the Outside Inn. We're the only inn outside of Eldenroot itself, hence the name.
If you try anything, I will call the guard.
God of schemes, the prince of pain, the captain of corruption, leads the land of Tamriel, and sows the seeds of destruction. Plain man is not, the plain man is not, our world will disappear. The plain man is not, the plain man is not, our doom is strong indeed. Chains of darkness grip the land and draw it ever near to his nightmare cold harbor where hope bows down to fear. Sharing the souls of innocent.
My, you've been busy. You there, we need to talk. Saw you standing over the body of a dead wood elf. Nearly put an arrow in your throat. Good thing I recognize you. King Camoran Eredon had his suspicions about the embassy. Asked me to look into the matter, quietly. We both have a stake in this. We should work together, see where it leads. I know enough. Khajiit owed an embassy. They're angry the High Elves are dragging their feet to build it. Seemed like politics until a dozen stonemasons vanished without a trace. The king sent me to find out why. Before the Dominion, King Camoran Eredon nearly lost a civil war. I came to see if the missing stonemasons were targeted by the Blacksap Rebellion. But Blacksap would have displayed the bodies, not left them as food for Horvor. The king suspects Ambassador Tarinwe has been up to no good. Little things, some of her associations. But he can't accuse his allies of undermining the whole alliance. So he sent me to deal with it. Ambassador Tarinwe used criminals to smuggle supplies. Never directly, but enough for us to notice. I'm not saying she had these stonemasons killed, but I'd like to ask her myself. Problem is, there's nothing we can do while she's in the Altmer embassy. If she left the embassy, she knows someone's onto her. She'll go to ground, try to flee. Have someone smuggle her out of Grotwood. We should probably stop her. Meet me by the Middens, at the base of the Elden Tree. I'll be there shortly.
Wandered into the wrong hollow, friend. Justiciars to arms. No one leaves alive. Oblivion, take the cannonry. This had better be worth it.
Please, listen to me for just a moment. It's very important.
Orcs are all about honor and all that, yeah? I wonder if he really tricked me.
They call this place the Middens because it's where all the refuse ends up. We clear them out now and again, but they always come back. Necessary evil, I'm told. Spoke with someone I trust. She's definitely here. We should get moving. We're not far behind her. Capture her, bring her in for questioning. Find proof she's behind this so Prince Naaman doesn't explode with outrage. Never thought I'd hunt a High Elf ambassador. Smugglers, skooma addicts, and more than a few criminals. They keep to themselves, but sometimes they band together to repel outsiders. Kind of like a filthier version of the Dominion. Our goal is to find Ambassador Tarinway before she buys passage out of Grotwood. Staying in the shadows, avoiding unnecessary conflict. That's what I'd do. But there's a lot of ground to search. I'll follow your lead. We need Ambassador Tarinway alive. But if she runs, I'm putting an arrow through her ankle. We need Ambassador Tarinway alive. But if she runs, I'm put smugglers, skooma addict. Our goal is to find Ambassador.
The past 500,000 years, they've been really hard on me. You have no idea. It's like swimming upstream in a waterfall. I don't know who or where I am anymore. Everyone spits on me and takes my things. Those are my things. Mine. You can't have them. I've been to Oblivion and back, all to get these things which are mine, so just back off.
Spare some coin? Or some skooma? See the world, he said.
I'm looking for my rug. I sent it to my son some time ago, and then I came to be here. I can't leave, but my rug can come to me. Is that you? No, you're not my son. If you see him, tell him to come visit me, and to bring my rug. I'm looking for my rug. I sent it to my son.
Thank Ifra you're not with them.
Please, they might come into the tent at any moment. The only chance I have to get away while they aren't looking. Bandits. Something about the land being theirs. As if land belongs to any of us. Please, I don't know anymore. I just want to get out of here. Thank you. I'm getting out of here.
itching. It just won't stop.
Your words are wise, Lakura. Now, come, sit by me and enjoy what we have to offer.
Ah, you tempt me. But this one's husband is waiting.
But you have no husband here, my lord. My friends and I will see you forget your troubles.
I'll never feel right again. Panazir worries much about his new lady. She sleeps so much these days. Is she sick, this one wonders? Or is it the sleep of sorrow? For we have nothing left but that.
Rise up!
Prince Naaman sent someone to the embassy. We have to leave before we're discovered.
It's too late! For the heretic!
On your feet! You're coming with me.
Why? Where are you taking me?
To King Camoran Eridan, where you'll answer for crimes against the Dominion.
You'll have me killed and served for dinner.
Only if you're proven guilty. And if you are, none of us could stomach you. Now get moving! Fan out! Good working with you. I'll take her from here. You should inform the king of the good news.
It is so hard to keep one's fur clean in these conditions, but this one has no place else to go.
Of course nobody down here recognizes me. It's been so long since they've been to Somerset, I expect they wouldn't. When Finaster finally comes to take me home, they'll see. They'll all see. And none of them will come with me.
I wasn't always a beggar.
Do a poor elf a favor. Kill as many of the bastards who brought their filth in here as you can. They've beat us down, taken our things, and gotten some of us strung out on skooma. It's awful.
I'm going to die down here. Hungry. Alone. I must smell awful.
don't guess you've run into a big, lumbering brute of an orc in your travels. Named Storg. Was a friend of mine. Emphasis on the was. I'm in a pile of trouble because of him. Maybe you've heard of the rite of theft, a wood elf tradition. If you pull off a particularly clever theft, you can demand payment from the owner for their things. Well, I stole this tree thane's bow, and then Storg stole the bow from me. The tree thane wants his bow back, and if I can't give it to him, he's gonna have me hauled in and whipped. Last I heard, Storg was headed toward Vine Death Cave. The tree thane won't let me leave town. Could you look for Storg? Storg shouldn't be hard to track. You can smell him leagues away. But if I leave town, the tree thane will send people after me, thinking I'm trying to escape with his bow. Can't do a thing until I get that bow back.
I'm busy with matters of state. Go.
Consider yourself grateful the Prince granted you an audience.
Did you know your entire future?
You've returned. What have you learned of the Khajiit embassy? Oh, good. Nothing I enjoy more than talk of conspiracy. Did the ambassador have a manifesto? They usually have manifestos. No matter. I trust you resolved it. Splendid. I'll allow you the honor of informing Prince Naaman. Why not tell him the duly selected High Elf ambassador was working against the very dominion she pledged to support? I'll sit in my throne and try not to gloat. Meninel doesn't give her recommendation lightly. If she thinks you can assist me...
Consider yourself grateful the Prince...
I heard what you told the king. Ambassador Tarinway a traitor? Disgraceful. Makes the rest of us look bad. But the Dominion owes you its thanks. As Queen Iren's representative in Eldenroot, the duty falls to me. We'll interrogate Ambassador Tarinway until we know the extent of her treason. Then she'll die, as all traitors must. But no matter. Your efficiency in resolving this matter was commendable, and the Dominion rewards its servants. Ambassador Tarinway's betrayal could not have been more absolute. She knew the details of the ratification ceremony, which puts Queen Irene at risk. It's my sister's own fault. She thought to appease the Sylvanar and the Main by agreeing to this foolish process. The ratification ceremony ends with the orrery, an ancient device beneath Elden Root. It will divine Queen Irene's capacity to become Empress, or some such. But Ambassador Tarinway assisted in the preparations. I must assume she tried to sabotage the proceedings. Doing so would make Queen Irene look weak. No, we must proceed. You've proven your competence, so I'll ask you to speak with Melaras. He's an expert on the orrery and knows what must be done. Quite pleasant once you grow accustomed to the smell. The preparations for this ratification ceremony seem endless, but I'm up to the task. She asked how she could prove herself their rightful leader. The Sylvanar suggested the orrery nonsense, and the Main agreed. Of course, neither will be present to see it, yet my sister is held to her pledge. How unexpected. The Sylvanar is on some sort of pilgrimage. You think the spiritual incarnation of the Wood Elves could stick to a schedule? As for the Main, I cannot begin to understand the excuses of the Khajiit mystics. There will be no Main. This is all I know. King Camoran Eridan. It's beneath his city, so there's no turning him away. And myself, of course. The preparations for this ratification ceremony seem endless, but I'm up to the task.
Please don't mind Prince Naaman. Ambassador Tarinway's betrayal is a shock to us all. But no matter, the orrery must work flawlessly for the Queen. That's what we will ensure. Enough to be of service. The orrery hasn't functioned as intended for ages. We planned to use some rather delicate magic to trick it into operation. But if Prince Naaman believes there was sabotage, we must look to an alternative method. Why, we'll look to the past. According to legend, the orrery required a skilled operator, an alien source of power, and a divine spark before it would function. Without all three, it won't do anything but spin. Quite pretty, but not very useful. Conservator Darineth maintains the orrery and has studied the alien monitoring rituals. Unfortunately, she was called away to South Point for a personal matter. If you can locate her and convince her to return, we'll have our operator. I've researched this a bit. Really, you need to be in 3 places at once. Simple, right? But the Fallen Esti winter site is rumored to hold a relic of the Khajiit thief god. For our purposes, Radchin's mantle will serve as the divine spark, if it's truly there, of course. Wonderful! Have anything you find sent directly to the orrery. Once everything is in place, we can begin the ratification ceremony. And do refrain from referring to Conservator Darineth as a missing element.
I don't trust this Melleris one bit. He's an obsequious lick-spittle, if you ask me.
Remember, only when you have collected all 3 pieces of the orrery do we even have a hope of getting it working. Not like it matters to me, although I'd like for Darineth to come back. She has much to teach me.
The preparations for this...
I don't trust this...
I'm glad this Ambassador to Ringway business is settled. Between the two of us, I'm tired of all this talk of embassies.